Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to the world of SST. In the previous sessions, we've been discussing about the physical features of India. In this, we have already discussed about the physical features of India. We discussed about the theory of plate tectonics. We discussed about the movement of the plates. We discussed about the plane boundaries. We also started discussion about major physiographic divisions, out of which we discussed about the Himalayan mountains, and we were discussing in detail about the northern plains. So what have we learned so far? We learned that India is a vast country with varied landforms and physical features. It has big Himalayas, beaches in the south, the Thar desert in Rajasthan, and the Deccan Plateau. Together, this comprises of India. Even the color of the soil varies from one region to another. For example, in Maharashtra, we find both black soil and red soil, but in Madhya Pradesh, we find only red soil. This variation in soil is due to the kind of rocks from which they are made. We learnt about this. We learnt about the various physical features such as caused due to different atmospheric conditions, withering, deposition, and erosion. The physical features of India that you see today are the result of all the processes. Which type of processes? Weathering, erosion, and deposition. Because of these processes, we've got various landforms and various physical features available in India. What are these? We've got plains, we've got mountains, we've got plateaus, we've got rivers and coastal areas. No one knows how exactly India was formed. However, scientists have several theories which try to explain the process. One such theory is the theory of plate tectonics. We discussed about the tectonic theory. We discussed about plate boundaries, convergent boundary, transform boundary, and divergent boundaries. We learnt about two important lands, that is Eurasia, Pengi getting divided into Eurasia and Gondwana land. We discussed about it. Then we started the major physiographic divisions, right? That is the Himalayas, the northern plains, the peninsula, the Indian desert, the coastal plains, and the islands. We learnt about the Himalayas. It is a fold mountains which covers the north part of India. They are geographically or geologically young as compared to other mountain ranges. The Himalayan range is the highest and in the most rugged mountain range in the world, right? It extends from river Indus in the west to Brahmaputra in the east. We had already seen that. This is an overview of Himalayan mountain. Forming an arc of about 2,400 km, the width of this range varies from 400 km in Kashmir to 150 km in Arunachal Pradesh. We had already seen. कश्मीर के साइड में नॉर्थ वेस्ट फ्रंटियर में 400 मीटर की विड्थ थी और अरुणाचल प्रदेश टुवर्ड्स द ईस्ट इट इज़ 150 kilometers. Altitudes of the mountains vary more than western parts. The Himalaya consists of three parallel ranges, the Himadri, the Himachal, and the Shivaliks, right? Northern Himalayas known as Himadri, middle Himalayas or lesser Himalayas known as Himachal, and lower Himalayas known as Shivaliks. The northernmost range is known as the Great or Inner Himalaya, or also known as Himadri. It is known as the Great Himalaya or the Inner Himalaya, or third name is Himadri. It is the most continuous range consisting of loftiest peaks with an average height of 6,000 meters. एक दो नहीं है, यहाँ पे रेंज ऑफ माउंटेन पीक्स है एंड approximate the range height is 6,000 meters. It contains the highest peaks in the world. The great Himalayan folds are asymmetrical in nature. इसमें कोई symmetry नहीं है, right? The mountain ranges of Greater Himalaya or Himadri, they do not have any sort of symmetry. They are asymmetrical in nature, but have got highest peak, and the height of the peaks over here is approximately 6,000 meters. It's perennially snowbound, and a number of glaciers descend from this range. The core of this part of Himalaya is composed of granite. Greater Himalaya, the core of this particular region is composed of granite, and it's perennially snow bounded. Throughout 12 months, it is covered by snow. Greater Himalaya for the almost 12 months is covered by snow. That's why it is called as perennially snowbound. Perennial means for all 12 months. Perennial rivers that flow continuously for 12 months. Similarly, perennially snowbound means covered with snow for almost 12 months. And a number of glaciers descend from this range. The ranges can you see the ranges? Second highest peak in the world, highest peak in the world. We had discussed about them. We saw the table last time. Then we discussed about Himachal, that is the middle or lesser Himalaya. The range lying to the south of the Himadri forms the most rugged mountain system and is known as Himachal or lesser Himalaya. We learnt about it. We saw that it is compressed and made up of altered rocks. It is composed of altered rocks, and the altitude varies between 3,700 kilometers to 4,500 meters. And the average width is of 50 kilometers. What is the average width? In lesser or middle Himalayas, it is 50 kilometers. While the Pir Panjal range forms the longest and the most important range, the Dhauladhar and the Mahabharata range are also prominent ones. Mahabharata, we have learnt about this in this epic serial called as Mahabharata. So that is also a mountain peak or mountain range. So which are the important mountain ranges which fall in the lesser or Himachal region? In Himachal we have Pir Panjal range, which is one of the most prominent one. Then it is forms the longest and the most important range. Second is Dhauladhar, and third is the Mahabharata range, are also prominent ones. The range consists of famous valleys of Kashmir, the Kangra and Kullu valley. Three important valleys also fall in the part of this region. हिमाचल के अंदर ही जैसे माउंटेन रेंजेस आ रहे हैं, तीन इंपॉर्टेंट रेंजेस, पीर पंजल, धौलाधर एंड द महाभारता, prominent mountain ranges. At the same time, this has also got prominent valleys which are known for its beauty. One of them is Kashmir Valley, second is the Kangra Valley, and the third one is Kullu Valley in Himachal Pradesh. The region is well known for its hill station. The region of Himachal is well known for its hill stations. The outermost of range of Himalayas is called the Shivaliks. The outermost range towards the east is called as Shivaliks. They extend over a width of 10 to 15 kilometers and have an altitude varying between 900 to 1100 meters. Altitude कितना है? 10 to 15 kilometers का. And height is the width is 10 to 15 kilometers and altitude varies from 900 to 1100 meters. These ranges are composed of unconsolidated sediments brought down by the rivers from the main Himalayan ranges located farther north. These mountain ranges are formed by the unsolidified sediments which are brought down by the river from the northern frontier towards the eastern frontiers. Which rivers? Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. These valleys are covered with thick gravel and alluvium. The Shivalik ranges are covered with thick gravel as well as alluvium deposits. The longitudinal valley lying between Lesser Himalaya and the Shivaliks are known as the dunes. Dehradun, Kotli Dune and Patli Dune are some of the well-known dunes. Lesser Himalaya और लोअर हिमालय या आउटर हिमालय के बीच में जो वैलीज है उनको बोला जाता है ड्यून्स. विच आर द फेमस ड्यून्स और फेमस ड्यून वैलीज ओवर हियर? दे आर देहरादून, कोटली ड्यून एंड पाटली ड्यून आर सम ऑफ द वेल नोन ड्यून्स प्रेजेंट इन द शिवालिक रेंजेस. The Himalayas are also divided into regions from east to west and have been demarked by river valley. For example, the part of Himalayas lying between Indus and Satluj has been traditionally known as Punjab Himalaya. Himalaya ko based on the rivers and its tributaries, based on the pattern of the rivers flowing from north towards east, it is also divided into two parts, right? It is divided into two parts. First region from east to west having been demarked by river valley. For example, the part of Himalayas lying between Indus and Satluj. Indus और सतलज के बीच में जो हिमालय है उसको बोला गया है पंजाब हिमालय. That region is called as Punjab Himalayan region and it is also known as Kashmir and Himachal Himalaya. From west to east respectively. वेस्ट टू ईस्ट की तरफ जैसे जाएंगे, वेस्ट से लेके ईस्ट के बीच में पहले इंडस और सतलज में कौन सा एरिया आता है? इट कम्स पंजाब हरियाणा. सो वाइल पासिंग थ्रू दैट हिमालय इज कॉल्ड एज पंजाब हिमालय, बट इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज कश्मीर एंड हिमाचल हिमालय. अनदर थ्री नेम्स आर, वन इज पंजाब हिमालय, वन इज कश्मीर हिमालय, वन इज हिमाचल हिमालय, राइट. एंड नेक्स्ट रीजन, द सेकेंड डिवीजन इज the northern plain. We discussed about this. The northern plain is located in southern part of Himalayan range. It has been formed by the interplay of three major river systems, namely Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. Second region जो तैयार हुआ है वो क्या है? The northern plain. It is located in the southern part of Himalayan range. हिमालय के साउथ में, southern part में जो रेंज तैयार हुई है, the plain surface which is being created in the southern part of Himalayan region is none other than the northern plain. It has been formed by interplay of three major rivers. Because of these three rivers who have brought down large amount of sediments along with them, these sediments which got deposited on the plains of this particular area, they are the rivers of Ganga, Brahmaputra and Indus along with their tributaries. The northern plain is also known as Indo-Gigantic plains. Northern plain को दूसरा नाम क्या है? Indo-Gangetic plain और Indo-Gigantic plain. It is also known by the name of Indo-Gigantic plain. This plain is formed of alluvial soil, most fertile in nature because it is formed by the deposition of silt, high amount of silt, and silt is nothing but alluvial soil. High amount of alluvium is deposited in the form of silt over here, hence this is the most fertile soil. Alluvium was deposited by the three river systems in the vast basins of foothills of the Himalaya, forming this fertile plain. Alluvium which is being carried by Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra and their tributaries, their branches, their streams, right? They have been carrying from west alluvium. The deposits of alluvium were carried by them and they were deposited on the banks of this particular plain, forming a large plain area, and that is called as the northern plain. It spreads over an area of 7 lakh square kilometer. What is the area of northern plain? The northern plain stretches from an area of 7 lakh square kilometer. The plain being about 2,400 km long and 240 to 320 km broad. This is the length. This is broadness or width. This is the broadness or width. So if we talk about width of the northern plain, area is 7 lakh square kilometers, length is 2,400 kilometers, it is long, and 240 to 320 kilometers it is deep. Is a densely populated physiographic division. Why it is densely populated? Because it has got deposition of alluvium, which makes the soil fertile. Since it has got a huge stock of alluvium soil, which is greatly applicable for agricultural activities, since it is applicable for agricultural activities, huge settlements are supposed to be seen over there. Hence, this region is densely populated. Hence, this region is densely populated by its physiographic division. The material deposited by a river as its velocity reduces may create riverine islands. रिवर जो अपने साथ में सेडिमेंट्स या मटेरियल कैरी कर रही है, जैसे जैसे उसकी स्पीड कम होते जाती है, वो क्या करती है, पर्टिकुलर एरिया पे वहाँ पे आके स्पीड स्लो हो रही है, वहाँ डिपॉजिट होता जा रहा है, तो वहाँ जो आइलैंड तैयार होता है उसको बोला जाता है रिवरिन आइलैंड. ड्यू टू द डिपोजिशन ऑफ ह्यूज क्वांटिटी ऑफ सिल्ट, रिवर स्प्लिट इनटू न्यूमरस चैनल कॉल्ड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटरीज. सिल्ट के डिपोजिशन के वजह से क्या हो रहा है, अब वो रिवर जो है वेरियस ब्रांचेस में डिवाइड होने लग गई है, एंड दे आर कॉल्ड एज द डिस्ट्रीब्यूटरीज. एक रिवर की कुछ ब्रांचेस वो हो गई ट्रिब्यूटरीज, वो ट्रिब्यूटरीज से भी अपनी ब्रांचेस निकल रही है, सो दे आर कॉल्ड एज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटरीज. ठीक है, रिवर मेन रिवर से ब्रांचेस हो रही हैं, दे आर कॉल्ड एज ट्रिब्यूटरीज. राइट, ट्रिब्यूटरीज की भी अपनी ब्रांचेस निकल रही हैं, दे आर कॉल्ड एज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटरीज. They are called as distributaries. So, due to the deposition of huge quantity of silk, rivers split into numerous channels called as distributaries. It is called as distributaries. The northern plain is broadly divided into three sections. The western part of northern plain is referred to as Punjab plains. If you see over here, right? So the western part, which is under the province of Punjab over here, that is called as Punjab plains, right? Formed by the Indus and its tributaries, the large part of this plain lies in Pakistan. इसका मेजर एरिया कहाँ पे आता है, पाकिस्तान में आता है, लेकिन कौन से ट्रिब्यूटरी से, इंडस और उसकी ट्रिब्यूटरी से फॉर्म हुआ है, इसलिए इसको बोला जाता है पंजाब प्लेन. जैसे हिमाचल को बोला जाता था पंजाब हिमाचल या पंजाब हिमालय, वैसे ही इसी रीजन में फॉर्म होने वाला प्लेन सरफेस या नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स फॉर्म होने वाले जो एरिया है उनको बोला गया है पंजाब प्लेन्स. That is called as Punjab plains, right? This is formed by Indus and its tributaries. The large part of this plain lies in Pakistan. Large part lies in Pakistan, right? The Indus and its tributaries, the Jhelum, the Chenab and the Ravi, the Beas and Satluj. इंडस की कितनी ट्रिब्यूटरीज हैं? 5 मेजर ट्रिब्यूटरीज है, झेलम, चेनाब, रवि, बीज और सतलज। ये ओरिजिनेट कहाँ से होती है? हिमालय। दिस सेक्शन इज डोमिनेटेड बाय डोआब्स। डोआब्स का मतलब क्या होता है? 2 प्लस अब, 2 वाटर, विच मीन्स डोआब इज अ पीस ऑफ लैंड विच इज ड्रेन्ड बाय 2 वाटर बॉडीज। डोआब मतलब ऐसा पीस ऑफ लैंड जो 2 वाटर बॉडी से कनेक्टेड है, उसको बोलते हैं दोआब। तो नॉर्दर्न प्लेन का जो ये रीजन है जिसको बोलते हैं पंजाब प्लेन्स, पंजाब प्लेन का जो एरिया है वो उसको बोला जाता है डोआब। डोआब क्यों? बिकॉज इट इज कनेक्टेड विथ 2 वाटर बॉडीज। The Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Satluj, these 5 are the tributaries of Indus. So Indus और उसके tributaries से तैयार होने वाला रीजन जो है उसको बोला गया है पंजाब प्लेन्स, उसको बोला गया है पंजाब प्लेन्स। नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स का वो हिस्सा जो इंडस और उसकी ट्रिब्यूटरीज से तैयार हुआ है उसको बोला जाता है पंजाब प्लेन्स। एंड दिस पंजाब प्लेन्स इज ऑल्सो नोन एज दोआब्स। दोआब्स मीन्स piece of land which is drained by 2 water bodies, which is connected with 2 water bodies, that is called as doabs. Now we move to the Ganga plains. The Ganga plain extends between Ghaggar and Teesta rivers. It spread over North India, Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar, and partly Jharkhand and West Bengal to its east. Particularly in Assam lies the Brahmaputra plain. सेकेंड जो हिस्सा है वो है गंगा प्लेन बोला जाता है, विच इज फॉर्म्ड बाय रिवर गंगा। एक जो इंडस और उसकी ट्रिब्यूटरीज ने फॉर्म किया हुआ है, राइट। एक अब आएगा जो गंगा ने फॉर्म किया हुआ है और उसकी ट्रिब्यूटरीज ने फॉर्म किया हुआ है, और तीसरा आएगा ब्रह्मपुत्र। थर्ड इज ब्रह्मपुत्र। तो पहला है इंडस प्लेन या पंजाब प्लेन, दूसरा है गंगा प्लेन। द गंगा प्लेन एक्सटेंड्स बिटवीन घाघर एंड तीस्ता रिवर्स। घाघर और तीस्ता के बीच में जो प्लेन आता है उसको बोला जाता है गंगा प्लेन। द रीजन दैट एक्सटेंड्स between Ghaggar and Teesta rivers. It spread over North India, Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar, partly Jharkhand and West Bengal to its east. Particularly when it comes in Assam, there it becomes the Brahmaputra plain. आसाम में जो एरिया आता है, आसाम का जो डिवीजन है वहाँ पे ब्रह्मपुत्र रिवर से बनने वाला रीजन है, इसलिए उसको बोला गया है ब्रह्मपुत्र प्लेन। तो सिंपल सी बात है कि नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स को 3 इंपॉर्टेंट रिवर ने फॉर्म किया है। एक हिस्सा जहाँ पे इंडस के वजह से वो फॉर्म हुआ है उसको बोला जाता है इंडस प्लेन या पंजाब प्लेन। दूसरा एरिया जो गंगा और उसकी ट्रिब्यूटरीज की वजह से फॉर्म हुआ है उसको बोला जाता है गंगा प्लेन। और ईस्ट सेक्शन में जहाँ पे आसाम आता है वहाँ पे ब्रह्मपुत्र रिवर के वजह से ये प्लेन फॉर्म हुआ है, तो उसको बोला जाता है ब्रह्मपुत्र प्लेन। It is known as Brahmaputra plain. Now we will be learning about the peninsular plateau. We will be discussing about the Peninsula Plateau. That is also called as the Deccan Trap region. It is also known by the name of Deccan Trap region. But this we will be discussing in the next session. We'll take a pause over here. We'll come back tomorrow. Right? We'll take a pause over here. We'll come back tomorrow. And then we'll be discussing in detail about the Peninsula Plateau, which is also known as the Deccan Trap region. What do you mean by Deccan Trap region? We will be discussing on that, and then we will be discussing in detail about the Peninsula Plateau.